All right, what's up, guys? Cooper C&T Designs again with another gun control build. Now, this one is about the NICS background checks records. Get rid of that. Let's do a screen share as always. What's up? So, this is another house build. This one's by Carolyn Maloney. This one was introduced on February 11th. Go figure. Last bill we covered was introduced by Carolyn Maloney and was introduced on January 11th. How many of these people don't have these bills just loaded up, ready to ride, and they just keep slinging them through? Now, I probably won't spend a hell of a lot of time on this one, but we're going to go through it. Now, let's see. What was, so HR 1005 to require records of the National Instant Criminal Background Check System, your NICS system, to be retained for at least 90 days. Now that says at least. That means the minimum those records would be retained. Basically making it indefinite. Right now, those records are only kept for 24 hours. And we'll get to that. This is on the left side of the screen. I pulled it up backwards this time, but you guys will see what I mean. Okay, short title is the NICS Review Act of 2021. Again, this was February 11th. What this does is requirements that NICS records be retained for at least 90 days. Again, that is the minimum a NICS check record, say that fast, would be retained under this bill. Section 511 of Division B of the Consolidated and Further Continuing Appropriations Act. God, these people make me sick. This was passed under an appropriations bill. This had to do with funding. This had nothing to do with regulating the amount of time records could be kept and all that, but they shoved this into these bills, kind of like they do with omnibus bills. This was the Act of 2012. This is 34 USC 40910. Note, this was the public law section of this. Public law 112-55, 125, statute 632. Why do we have so many laws? Stuff's ridiculous. None of these are based on having a victim and a crime, but they are law. So this is governing what FFLs do. Is amended by striking no more than 24 hours and inserting no fewer than 90 days. Left side of the screen, if everything's sharing right, you will see this. 922T Title 18 United States Code does not require and result in the destruction of any identifying information submitted by or on behalf of any persons who has been determined not to be prohibited from possessing firearms, records no more than 24 hours. So if you are not a prohibited possessor, your background check goes through, those records are gone. 24 hours is the only required time those records are required to be kept. They want to change that to 90 days or more. This is another backdoor gun registry, kids. They'll have all your demographic information, name, gun, all that. And this will allow the government time to go into FFLs and actually copy these records. Yep. Like they're not already doing that. That's the reason they changed 4473s just a couple of months ago to where your information and the firearm serial number, all that is on the very first page of that document. It makes it easier to scan, makes it easier to copy. And anybody with half a damn brain these days should realize I could go in on my phone, take a picture of a document, transfer that document over to the right software, and that document is completely searchable at that time. That's what this is about. I wish more people would wake up. And again, they push this through, and this seems like a very sensible thing. I didn't do a plasma cup for this video. I have a cup here, a design that my wife does. So this is a ceramic cup. It's got the 2A with cross rifles making the A. That's one of her vinyl graphics that she does. Remember, I handle a lot of the plasma cuts. I handle a lot of designs. She handles the application of vinyl graphics because I don't have enough patience to be able to do it. But that's our graphic for this video, is the 2A cup. They're just finding more and more ways to track everything going on as far as firearms go. And when we get to it, there's a Supreme Court arguments that I want to go through that I'll be commenting on, and you guys will see. The whole issue with background checks, according to some of these judges, is they want the government to be able to track the amount and type of any firearm in personal hands and personal possession. That's what they want to do. And it's a straw purchase case. I've mentioned it in a couple other videos. But now that I've figured some things out, we're going to go through the oral arguments on it and actually comment on those oral arguments. But this stuff is just, it's crazy. Again, more backdoor ways to get around having an actual registry. As we go through these bills, you're going to see that they downright call for actual registries, which Sheila Jackson Lee's permit bill, that calls for a registry by itself. All guns registered, period. You have to register your guns underneath that bill. This is a backdoor way of getting around to that. And there are many other backdoor ways that they're doing it so far. Changes on the 4473. Any FFL, if you go out of business, all of your records have to be transferred over to the ATF. In my opinion, those business records, the only thing that business, that FFL should have to show is, for their business purposes, the receipt of a firearm, how much they paid for the firearm, and the disposition of that firearm, the sale or trade, and what came in as value for the exchange for that firearm. It's paper cut after paper cut after paper cut after paper cut, guys. And the further I get into these bills, the more I look at it, the more these tyrants that they just start standing out more and more and more. And you see more and more and more that none of this is about freedom, liberty. None of this is about saving lives. It's about control. Now, they changed the argument from gun control to common sense gun safety. None of these assholes have common sense at all. Them talking about common sense is like me talking about astrophysics. I know jack about astrophysics. They know jack about common sense. They damn sure don't know anything about guns or gun safety. None whatsoever. Half of those morons couldn't even tell you that this is a semi-automatic pistol. The other half, they couldn't read the caliber on the slide. But they're making laws that govern your possession of tools such as this. I love the trigger on this thing. So that's it for this one, guys. I'm out. Y'all be cool. We're going to move on to the next one. See you in a few.